All right, the Indiana Pacers take down the Cleveland Cavaliers 121-112. That is not Kwab, ladies and gentlemen. Your eyes do not deceive you. That is Chris Lindsey. Kwab is under the weather. Chris, what's good, man? Let everybody know who you are, where you can find you, your pod, all that good stuff.
What's going on, Josh, man? What's up, everybody? Nice to finally meet y'all. I'm Chris of Chris Lindsey Hoops. You can follow me on Instagram, Threads, and on Twitter, CL So hit me up, man. I'm over here talking about the game. Let's get to it, man. Playoff time. That was a good game, right?
It was a great game. Let's get to the box score first. The Pacers 121, Cavs 112. Haliburton with 22 and 13. Nembhard had 23 points on 5 of 6 from three-point range. Aaron Nesmith, 17 points, 4 of 6 from three-point range. Donovan Mitchell did all he could do, 33 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Mobley at 20 and 10. Ty Jerome, 21 points. Chris, who did you have? Who did you have in this series?
So I have the Cavs winning this series,
Me too. Okay.
but up until I saw Darius Garland kind of out, depending on how long that's going to be, that's going to play a big role in how I pick. But I still had the Cavs in 6, but this was one of the games that the Pacers needed.
Man, they really needed this, and did they freaking show up, man? I mean, I'm so impressed with this offense. I said this in our preview, that if I was to meet an alien and they were to ask me what is basketball, I would show them the Indiana Pacers offense. I think their offense is incredible, and it's funny because they started the
Yeah.
game when I think Indiana Pacers offense, I think Tyrese Haliburton on the ball pick and roll, but they started the game with Tyrese Haliburton off the ball. The Cavs were
hmm
switching everything, and it just ended up so that they really liked picking on Jared Allen on the switch. They went at him all game, left the paint wide open. So even when Jared Allen wasn't, even when they missed, they were getting offensive rebounds. They could not miss from three. Nembhard, Nesmith combined for 9 for 12 from three-point range, just hitting everything. To me, it was just an offensive clinic from the Pacers, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. I agree. Just how the game started, I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to dictate kind of finishing up. But for them
Mhm.
to be shooting that three at such a high level, like, I mean, they made almost 52% of threes. It's kind of hard to believe that they'll do that
Crazy.
again. But just the
Yeah.
simple fact that they were able to do that, and Nimhard hit some crazy ones in the fourth quarter that were very timely, along with Tyrese as well. So that just boosts their momentum, and they were able to get the job done, still won what they needed, especially still in the game one. They already took back home court advantage. You work all year just to get that, just for it to be gone just like that in the span of a game. So now the Cavs are going to have to do some deep dives into their offensive game plan and defense and see what they can come up with.
Are you shocked that they continue to switch Jared Allen? Like after a while, don't you think you might play drop or you might just switch the coverage up a little bit? Not that Allen was getting cooked because I think he did an okay job, but they were finding success
Right.
with that. They were getting into the paint, they were driving and kicking, passing the ball. I mean, don't you think Kenny Atkinson should have just switched it up a little bit with something, maybe a high zone, something?
Something just to just shake it up a little bit because they were just
Yeah.
sitting down, just launching threes, and then they were making them. And you would think like, okay, they made just three in a row. Maybe we should try to
Yeah.
throw a different look. But sometimes these coaches could be a little stubborn and be like, well, they'll probably miss. And it's like, well, they're not missing, so shouldn't we do something else? But yeah, to your
Right,
point, it's
right.
like it's like, hey, you start looking over at the bench. It's like, hey, do you want me to? And the coach is just like worried about something else. It's like, bro, So yeah, they were really compromising Jared Allen a lot, as long as it wasn't
Yeah,
at
they
the
were.
rim.
Yeah, he wasn't. And then on the other side of the ball, I thought the Cavs did as well as you could probably do against the Pacers' pressure. They were
Yeah.
picking up full court. I mean, that was the difference between these two defenses in the game for me. The Pacers are always picking up full court. They're making it difficult on you. I mean, Ty Jerome had an 8-second violation. They frustrated Ty Jerome in the first half. I think he got off to a really slow start. He picked it up, but Ty didn't have the instant impact that he typically does. And the only time you really saw the Cavaliers with any type of success was when Donovan Mitchell was taking it to the hoop, especially with Miles Turner out. They had the paint wide open there. They couldn't contain him on the pick and roll or anything, even one-on-one. And Donovan was getting to the hoop at will. He settled for a
Yeah.
lot of threes, but when he was going to the hoop, man, they couldn't stop him. And for me, the problem really wasn't the offense of the Cavaliers. I thought the Pacers played good defense, but I thought the Cavs did a decent job counteracting whatever the Pacers were doing. It was just they just could not stop Indiana, man. It was an offensive clinic. I mean, this team, Indiana, we said it in our preview. They're really freaking underrated. This offense is really good, and this defense has been underrated as well. They play all, full court press all the time. And I think a lot of people don't know that about them unless you really freaking watch
hmm
them.
hmm
Just
hmm
really impressed with the Pacers. Do you think they continue this through like the rest of the series? Has your mind changed on where this series could go?
Yeah, now I feel like depending again on Garland, but then I feel like since Garland is a smaller guard, and you got guys
Yeah,
like Ben Mathurin, who are big, strong, athletic, along with Neesmith, it's like having the same guy out there doing the same exact thing. So you think you get past one, and then the other guy's right there. But if that did, I could maybe stretch it to seven, perhaps. But it's going to have to take the Cavs playing a much better game. And for what it's worth, they still almost won. You know what I
yeah.
mean? More or less, it was still a close game. They just couldn't knock down any shots. I think they shot about 23% from three, with compared to a team shooting over 50%. You're more than
Yeah.
likely going to lose. And then you look at lose by nine, which isn't too bad. But I just think their defense that they have, if you watched all year, like how you mentioned, that's kind of like their makeup that they've had. And then you get, Turner, who's a great rim defender. You get Obi, who's very athletic. So they have a lot of different things that they can run and throw at you. And Turner can even guard the three more or less. Even if you run him off, he's right there. So their only defensive liabilities, more or less, would probably be Nimhard and Tyrese. But in this instance, as long as Donovan, they'll live with him shooting like that. It's like, hey, if you want to shoot it, bro, get tired because you're gonna have to guard
Right.
us. So
Right.
yeah, it's interesting moving forward how they're gonna play it. But Rick Carlisle's a great coach. This is Kenny Atkinson's first rodeo with an actually good team, him being at the helm. We've seen Rick do this before. This is pretty much the same group that they had last year. And you add Mathurin. I mean, we saw that block that he had on DeAndre Hunter, which was
Oh my God.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed block, by the way. You know what I mean? Which is very hard to do without getting yammed on. So that's something that they were missing last year. And again, they were in the conference finals for a reason. You know what I mean? So I guess we're going to keep seeing. But after this game, I would say I'll probably push it Cavs in seven. So hopefully they don't make
Seven.
me look like a liar because I've been getting messed up all
Yo,
playoffs
also
long,
shout
man.
out
I
to
made my predictions earlier. I look crazy, man.
it's all right, man. Listen, nobody gets this right. I mean, everybody gets this wrong. I mean, nobody's perfect. People
Yeah,
watching right now, some pick the Pacers, whatever, but there's a series or two
right.
they got wrong too. Nobody picks the playoffs perfect.
Yeah,
It's just
for
not what it is.
sure.
We're not in the predictions business. We're here to talk about the game.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Tyrese Haliburton, man. They try to pick on him at the end, and he just stepped up, played good defense. When it came down to it, the Cavs just could not do much against the Pacers defense at the end there,
Hmm.
and they take game
Hmm.
one. I'm really like I tried telling everybody, man. I picked the Cavs in six. I still got the Cavs. I think the Cavs still win this series. I think they win game
Yeah.
two, and I think they win one in
Hmm.
Indiana, whether it's three or four, and kind of take back home court
Hmm.
advantage. But this wasn't going to be
Yep.
easy. I had Cavs fans in the comments like Cavs in four, Cavs in five. I'm like, guys, relax. Like y'all were one of the best teams all
Ooh.
season. Like to me, the Cavs and Thunder, man. I think the Cavs are extremely underrated, but also the Pacers were also
Yeah.
underrated too. This is going to be a battle.
Hmm.
This is going to be a
Yeah.
battle. I mean, like you said, this could go seven. I had the Cavs in six. I'm going to stick to it.
Yeah.
I still got the Cavs in
Stick to
six.
it. Yeah, stick
Yeah,
to it, man. Stick to it.
yeah. You got to. You got to. Who do you got in game two?
Game two, I'm gonna probably have to go with Cleveland. I
Okay.
don't think Indiana's gonna shoot like that again, and then we'll go back 1-1,
Yeah.
and then they'll either take one at game three or four, and that's gonna be important. But if they drop both of those, then that's gonna look crazy. But I think getting Garland back, doing that, I don't think they're gonna shoot that well again, more than likely. So then I think they'll kind of come back to earth.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if they get Garland back, that'd be a huge boost to the offense. Obviously,
Yeah,
you have somebody who can create for others and himself as well. The Cavs did put up
yeah,
112, and there were spots where, like you said, they didn't shoot the three well today. But I think
hmm,
overall, they managed to handle the Cavaliers' pressure as well as possible. I thought the Cavs played
right,
just as good as offense as you could play against a team that honestly the Pacers played good defense today too. But just could not stop them on the other end. It was an offensive masterclass. That's just the way I look at it. The Pacers were getting into the paint, driving and kicking, making the extra pass, and hitting the open three. And when they weren't even open for three, they were in such a rhythm that those contested threes went down. So I mean, if that continues, the Cavs are in
yeah,
trouble. But I don't expect it to continue to that extent. I think the Cavs win game
yeah,
two. I think we go back to India tied at one, and I think game three is going to be a huge swing game in this series. So we will see.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the Pacers win 121-112. Listen, if you want to follow Dime, you can everywhere at the Dime NBA. I'm Josh Rodriguez at Josh_Rodriguez_. He's Chris Lindsey. One more time, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, Chris Lindsey Hoops, Threads, Chris Lindsey Hoops as well, and on Twitter, CL Smooth X.
All right, there you go. We'll see you another time for another game reaction of Dime. Peace.